All right, welcome everyone
One of
to
those.
the Craft and the Curious podcast. And of course, Matt's got to interrupt me through the intro. But anyways,
Do what I want.
welcome back, guys. And I hope you enjoyed the last podcast. We only got a few things to talk about, and I want to go back into what we was talking about earlier. So explain the South Park thing, Matt.
Okay. So, because Australia is shit at games, they don't like games, the government thinks games are pointless, they decided that they were going to censor South Park with certain cutscenes. The cutscene one was being Randy being anally probed by the aliens, the mini game where you do that. And so in the game, when they cut it out, they placed in just a screenshot of a koala wearing an Akubra hat and with the backing track of a didgeridoo. And instead of you getting to see the scene, you got to read what was happening in the scene in excruciating detail. So it's pretty much reading it makes it worse than watching it because they actually put in every single bit, like noises were in brackets and things like that. And so you imagined it worse than what it actually was.
The only thing I gotta say to this is I think it's worse because I'm imagining it's the koala reading
the
this
koala.
to you.
Okay, my question is
Oh, I would love to see that.
my question is this: why did they change it to a koala when South Park is an American?
Because it was a kind of an up yours to Australia.
Yeah,
So-
it was basically
Yeah,
only
that's
Australia that got
actually
that,
clever.
so they did it only for the Australian release of the game.
Hey, speaking of, wasn't Australia the country the reason why they had to heavily edit GTA 5?
Possibly.
Yes,
I think
I'm
they
willing
had,
to say
they
yes.
had to edit. I think wasn't what's the most recent Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat X.
Oh,
Wasn't that like
yeah,
banned
yeah.
for y'all?
They had to change some of the executions and things like that. Basically, Australia,
Seems like
I guess,
Australians
has a
get offended
really
easily.
Australians have an interesting history when it comes to games. For a long time, we didn't have an R rating, so
Yeah.
anything that should have been R rated was
Wasn't.
banned outright, or it needed to be
Adjusted.
heavily adjusted. So basically, we got the pussified version of a game, or it did not come to Australia at all.
Like Fallout 3, when that was coming out, they were using, instead of stim packs, it was morphine. And so they had to change that to stim packs to allow the game into certain countries. Like, you're still seeing someone inject something into the arm. It was the same with BioShock, how you'd shoot your arm up with drugs, pretty much. And Australia's like, no, we can't have that, so we got to censor it. Or change the name at least, so then they don't think everyone can shoot up morphine for fun.
Are you guys that violent in Australia?
We're in a
Oh, we
aggressive
will
country.
be if that sort of thing keeps
Yeah,
going.
if we get to shoot up with morphine, we'll kill everyone.
I've had morphine a few times. I just got the munchies.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Pixie sticks, green pixie sticks.
I just got the munchies, man. McDonald's was amazing.
Ugh.
Telling you. I think they put weed in McDonald's burgers because you can eat a McDonald's burgers and 5 hours later you'd be extremely hungry again and want another one. I'm
They
serious.
That
put
wouldn't shock
laxative in
me.
ours.
It's the sugar. Sugar's addictive,
Dude.
and all your American food's full of sugar.
Hey.
Seriously, if you guys come over here and eat our food, you're gonna be like, "This is terrible."
Do not mock
Hey,
sugar.
I'm
Sugar
just
is
going to tell you right
important.
now. I'm going to tell you right now.
That red, white, and blue. That white is sugar.
I'm going to tell you right now. And that blue is some red wine because, we do everything backwards here. That's the way it works. And the red is actually some white wine. We do everything backwards here. I will have to say, y'all want some good barbecue, you got to come down here, man. Keon.
We should mention who's actually is in the podcast, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Sure.
This is a good
I kind
idea.
of zoned out. I thought we already did that. No, you're right.
Well, I can shoot through it real quick. So we got Matt, Joffrey, Dalgreen, Keybon, Suburban, and Spookala. Okay, we're good.
Kevon is our guest from that Minecraft with the Y server.
What's up, guys?
Mortal enemies from across the ocean.
So we brought him on here to
One moment, folks.
quarter him up and serve him back on platters. So Matt, you got the first
Oh,
stab.
is this why I'm on the C&C server?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just.
You're
I'm
getting
recording with
inside
a group of
information.
people.
Hey, could someone check Dahlgren just make sure he's alive over there?
Quick, someone get the stick.
yeah, I'm here.
Are you the one that's heavy breathing?
I think it's Nate who's heavy breathing.
Seriously? That heavy breathing's come from you?
It's me. I
Hands
have.
above the desk, Snake.
I have
Nate's
to
got his
continue.
microphone set on creep setting.
Well, I have to because my voice is so low that if I don't, it won't pick it up. Like I'll say something, it'll pick it up halfway. So I get to talk like this. Anyways,
Sexy.
so Matt
There's
wanted.
something we should talk about. I got plans. I want to quiz Keybon on his mini UHC.
Yeah,
That was the most hilarious thing I have ever seen. And I thought Minecraft
Dude,
with the Y
1.9
was...
is so bad.
I thought you guys
We were not.
really good at
Oh my
games.
god! I gotta say, this is pretty. Before you start, this is pretty awesome. The whole Vegeta and Goku Super Saiyan. I love this right here. I gotta screenshot this.
Yeah, that's what I'm showing. Yeah, I got
Snapchat
Keybon on the
this.
server
This is
walking
awesome.
Keybon around.
I was about to say, are we supposed to be on the server doing this, or?
No, I'm just showing Keybon around.
Yeah, he's showing me around. I'm gonna Snapchat this. This is awesome.
Speaking of Matt,
Yeah.
when are you gonna record the thing that I built? You know,
Oh, that's next episode. That's next week.
gotcha.
Next week.
Gotcha. Gonna say the
we
sign's
should
still there.
mention that. We should mention what we mentioned in our group meeting.
I've totally forgot I slept since then. Joffy.
Completely forgot.
The fancy thing
That's
that's going to be happening to the server.
In about 6 months' time, Craft and Curious will be resetting and going to season 3.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And so there'll be it's going to be a little different. It's not going to be pure vanilla, but it's going to be mostly vanilla, slightly adjusted for viewing
Vanilla
pleasure.
with the
What do you
pinch of
mean by-
cinnamon.
Mostly vanilla.
How long?
6 months plus, give or take. We go.
Oh, 6 months.
Yeah, estimate, rough estimate.
Oh, okay, because I was kind of worried. I thought it was gonna be like next month, and I wouldn't get nothing done.
Yeah, Bernie, we're giving you 6 days.
Actually, no, wait, I'm sorry. We got that wrong. It's 6 minutes.
6 minutes. And then we restart. No, 6 months' time we'll be restarting, and it will be going to a slightly adjusted vanilla version. I can't mention too much until we start implementing and practicing our ideas.
Is there a reason why you guys are restarting?
It's been going for a while.
Yeah.
We wanted a
Fresh
reason to
something
kick
new.
Nate off, but
Yeah,
we didn't
but-
really
We
have the opportunity yet.
We tried the restart, and he caught wind of it, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm cool for that." And I'm like, "Oh, damn it!"
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
We gave it a
right
shot.
now I'm working off of a code that's cracking into their server, so I mean, just they're never getting rid of me. I'm stuck now.
Yeah,
I'm in their
a lot
dreams.
of-
Like
a lot of
when
the
my mom and
servers-
sister moved and didn't tell me.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
So
it's good for the reboot.
yeah, we're gonna do a reboot, get everyone in close together again. There is some new features that I'll probably explain in probably about 3 months' time that will be coming to. There'll be like a whole kind of a preview trailer that will come with coming up close to the server, kind of what will be happening and stuff like that. I can't release plans because then people will know and people will copy me and I'll hate everybody for life. So, like, we've
Speaking
got
of-
Keybon here. Like they've.
But-
Go ahead. Go.
I'm just gonna say,
Oh,
are we gonna
it's
record
fun.
videos
Oh yeah. We'll record videos.
like testing and stuff?
What
Yeah. We'll need to.
What I was thinking of doing, I'm hoping you guys are okay with it. I've mentioned it before. Basically, I want to release it, everything that happens with it, out into the wild, see what everyone else thinks.
Yeah, it's
that's
gonna be
my
like a
eventual
big
plan,
preview
so.
pack. That's the idea.
Yeah.
But speaking of fresh starts, I believe Minecraft with a Y has had a fresh start, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah, we actually, technically we just did a map reset last week, and we're experiencing with this fun new concept. I'm pretty excited. I don't know if you guys watched my video, but it's everyone we
No.
get to choose our own biome, and all biomes are within 2,000 by 2,000 blocks radius. So like all biomes are there, and then the whole point for the concept is, like you can only build with the resources on your biome. If you want to use other resources from other
I
biomes,
feel
you
bad
have
for
to
if it
trade
gets a
with other
desert
players.
biome.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard. Desert biome's screwed. Give that to Degeki.
No, it's funny. Daikon has deep ocean. So
The
I don't
cactus
even know
man
if-
has an ocean.
Yeah, right.
So he's
So-
gonna have to trade for dirt. You guys are just
What can he
cruel on that
trade?
server.
No, and the thing is, we're playing on UHC mode right now because we had a UHC to kick off the season, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. And we're on 1.92, and 1.9
The
is
funny
also
thing
pretty
was-
challenging.
You guys, like, I watched your mini UHC. You all died in like 10 minutes. How are you gonna go with a series in 1.9 if you can't survive 10 minutes?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's. I mean, if it's funny for everyone just from the 10-minute mini UHC, then I'm
That
pretty
was
sure
the
you know
most
it's gonna
hilarious
be.
UHC I've ever seen.
Did you like my edits that I did? Did you
It
watch
was
my video
amazing.
specifically?
We'll link that because it's the most funniest thing I've ever seen.
I died so quick. I'm gonna have some fun with this edit. You know, just at least make more people laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, like I said, like and then we're implementing a lot of new rules because last time for season 3 on Minecraft, we got to the end game too quick. There's like farms everywhere, and a lot of people got bored. So with this concept, we're making it where people won't really get bored, and it's more interactions with each other. And so one of the rules we implemented is no strip mining. Essentially, it's like UHC, like no
whoa.
strip mining and anything. No iron farms, no gold farms, like whatever that's not natural, like we're not going to do it. So we're going to try to keep it as natural as possible. And we're minimizing the terraforming as well too. Like so you have to build within the land.
That's gonna be interesting.
You know, I gotta say
Actually,
that
that's not really
Yeah.
cool.
Really hard.
I gotta say though that deep ocean biome,
Quick,
I'd
Matt,
get
make
bored
sure
with it pretty quick
you're writing all
because
this down. We
I'd
can
be
see
like,
our
oh,
idea.
okay, it's built.
I'm taking
Well,
notes.
the
though.
thing is, for Daikon, he's in a deep ocean, and he has like a lot of mini islands surrounding it. So we just told him like, yeah, you can have those little mini islands if you need to place like a bed on there or something, or just just have some items on there. Just we feel bad. He's like, I want the deep ocean just so I can have the sea temple. I'm like, okay. You won't really have anything
That
else,
is a
but-
good point, though. The only one to get a sea temple. A lot of people would trade with them.
Yeah. And again, the whole point is, just encourage trading, encourage more collabs within one another. And I think it's going to be a cool concept. Degeki came up with the original idea. We were playing around with this idea, I want to say like 6 months ago. Like that's how long we were in talks about this.
Wow. Yeah, we can't release much of our ideas. This is different because of the new update. We're just looking at the update of the glass, the single pane glass, how they make rods now with 1.9 instead of the square.
I kid you, I know
the
nothing
cross
about
patterns.
1.9. So
I'm
that's
so
how
pumped for
like,
1.9. Like with 1.9, you not only get like glass blocks. If you place them one glass pane, it just makes a single bar in the middle of the block. They're starting to move into nearly micro blocks. So
I've been noticing.
and so like with that, what we're gonna have the dragon reset with the new dragon fight. Got all the dragon the potions you can get with dragon's breath now. And then the new end biome where it's got new items. Like the coolest item in the game now is that what's it called? I think it's like a cilium or something like that. It's the Minecraft gliding
The
wings.
hang glider or whatever.
Oh man, I can't wait to get them.
That's gonna be cool.
Do they make it to where you can trade for it with villagers too?
No, the gliding stuff will be only accessible in the ships, which you find in the end. Which is why at the moment we're having a no raid policy on the server until we reset the dragon.
We are. Whoops.
So, yeah. So with the new end area, they're gonna have on the ships. They did have beacons in the end of the ships, and then they thought everyone can get beacons. That's why the wither's there. So they took the beacons out because you were able to
I'm
go into
sorry.
the
Every
end.
time you say beacon, I hear bacon.
Bacon?
So it's like throwing me off.
So
When
I'm
you
not
get-
the only
okay.
one thinking that.
when you get the bacon, you get all the blocks for it as well. So that was
cheeseburger.
they thought it was a little cheaty. So they that's when I think it was Jeb implemented
bacon
the flying glider thing, which he based off. I think it was a Mario game. He got the
I'm
idea
hungry
of.
now.
BLT.
Why do you have so many golems?
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Do you want to bring up anything that I had mentioned to you previously in my Skype chat?
I will let you bring it up, Mr. Bernie Man.
Okay. I had suggested to Matt to implement a achievement system that is not a system, it's more like a list of stuff that people have to accomplish other than the in-game achievements, so that I leave it up to Matt to how he wishes to give prizes out to people when they accomplish certain things, if at all or not. I don't know. But I'm creating a list of achievements that we can implement into the website so that when people finish them, they have to record them. So this is an initiative to not only record, but the achievements also will involve more involvement with other players. So that we're not going to be so distant from each other. And I just want to know if anybody's like okay with this. I also want any of your ideas for funny, cool achievements, difficult achievements that we can add to the gameplay on the server. But this is only for the reboot, of course.
The number one achievement is kill YJ9.
There you go. That's the
Oh,
top
come
one
on.
right now.
Now we're not talking about impossible here. We gotta make them.
It is near
possible.
to impossible to kill YJ. Like, that man is so on edge all the time when he's playing
Hey, Matt.
that you
Matt.
log on and try to kill him, you're screwed. Yes.
You do know I killed him like a month back.
Yeah, like, I think there's only 2 or 3 people who have actually killed YJ in death games.
Well, I spoke to YJ and I said, why don't you come on to the chat? And he's like, nah, I got to go eat. Food's more important.
Yeah, food's more important than game. But like, speaking of achievements, like something like what we're doing in our next event. Our next event is we're fighting 64 withers simultaneously.
I was about to ask, are we allowed to talk about that?
We're
Because I
allowed-
wasn't sure if we
Yeah,
announced it
we're
yet.
allowed to talk about that. That's coming up soon. I'm not sure how many players we've got for. I really need to
Hey.
chase this up. But YJ9
Guys
has
are
farmed
crazy.
64, three stacks of wither skulls, which we're going to be fighting 64 withers at once. So we're going to be setting up a special fight scenario to fight all of them. So we have
Hey.
nearly everybody, I think, fully geared.
Dude, that's like you're like trying to crash the server.
Hey, Keybon.
Yes.
Keybon.
Yeah.
Yes.
We took
Yeah.
took
Hey, go
bets,
big or go
and
home.
I have right now 10-1 that Joffy dies first because he's going to be in the middle.
Taking out the Jaffe Award.
Jaffe Award. Speaking of the Jaffe Award, we've got our Jaffe Award winner here from our last UHC, Spookalai. How do you feel, Spooky?
All I
No.
can say is never go AFK in a UHC. I
really
was
thought I
forced
said
to
that.
go.
I
I
was
was
adamant
forced to.
Yep.
Really?
I was
That's the
adamant
worst
that
part.
you'd blocked yourself in or something because you said, "I'll be right back. I've got to go and
No,
feed
that's
the
how
cats
fast
or
I had to
something."
leave. I didn't even have time.
Yeah.
I literally had got up and had to run out of the house to go check on something.
Yeah. I was just like, okay. And next thing I know, it came up as you'd burnt to death while fighting a zombie. It's like, oh god, I am so screwed.
Hey, you
gotta
got
watch-
far.
I
So-
did. I
Oh,
Someone
somehow
clipping their
survived.
nails?
All I gotta say, no, that was my pen. I was writing down stuff. Sorry. All I've got to say is Joffy. The arrows were thick, but somehow you managed to dodge them.
Yeah. No, I didn't see. No, I think I saw one skeleton the entire time. I didn't see any spiders. I had no chance to get a bow.
So I'm not going to
So-
spoil the ending because the ending's
I'm not
finished,
either.
but that has to be the
yes, sorry.
most awkwardest UHC ever because it was practically an ocean biome for the whole 2,000 block diameter.
Yeah.
So
Oof.
we blame Omega Gamer 777.
Yeah, when in doubt. When in doubt.
Hey,
just
now,
blame
watch out.
Omega.
That's my partner you're talking about.
No, I think it was next time we're definitely going to pick a biome and make sure it's a good biome before we start. Where I think I left it up to Omega to find one, and he looked at 0-0, said, "Yeah, it's good," and then it turns out even 0-0 was water.
I think it should be all. I think it should be all desert.
All desert.
Oh,
I was thinking it
No.
like most of it's desert except for maybe like an oasis and towards the center.
Here's the
no,
idea.
I was thinking.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no, I was gonna say I want like the extreme biome, so the extreme hills are just massive mountains and things.
Dude.
That would be awesome to fight on.
My partner died from fall damage.
Yeah, and you were close right behind him.
You didn't
had
last much
nothing-
longer either.
It had nothing to do with me slapping him with a sword prior to that fact. But
Hey, I mean, at least you guys, UHC lasted longer than 10 minutes.
For
Hey,
some of us.
speaking of Matt,
Actually, wait. No, mine wasn't even 10 minutes. Jesus.
Spook Law, yours was like 2 seconds. But anyways,
Yeah.
it was basically like chop down tree. Oh, Spook's dead. GG. See ya.
The worst part, that's exactly what it was.
Hey Matt.
I just got finished grabbing the wood, and then I had to leave, and I came back, I'm dead. I'm like, well, damn.
Hey Matt.
So are you guys gonna start doing UHC in 1.9?
yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
planning a UHC for 1.9. We're just not going to make it for a little while. We like to have our UHC spread out because UHC is such a watered down event now that everyone does them every single month. So we'll try to make ours spread out a bit.
The idea I have for next UHC is all desert biome, and you have to put your render distance at 4.
Oh, can you imagine that on freaking 1.9? You won't even see a skeleton that kills you.
Mm-mm.
God.
Oh, how about a limited visibility game where you can't really see very far. You've all got, say, some random thing in your hand that you've got to hit people with. And no one can really see. There's no mobs, so you're not getting killed by everything, and everyone runs slow or super fast.
I'd like to see a different version, like not a UHC to be exact, but a different style of event gameplay.
Ooh, what if we turned on our render distance and had to fight the UHC in the Nether?
Another UHC.
Oh
That'd
my
be-
god.
Another UHC does sound kind of cool.
you'd
But then
need
we'd
a-
have to-
You'd need a modded nether biome.
Yeah, we'd need to set it up
Yeah.
so there would be random chests.
No,
that
what
would
you
spawn
start out-
randomly with items.
No, you start out first in the regular world, and then you go to a chest and you're able to set up a actual thing, but you're only able to fight in the Nether. And you have to go to the Nether.
Oh, so
Why not
like
just
you
come
have
up
to
with a-
build your
like a
gear
new
up
game?
and go.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny if
Why
we-
not just come up with like a new complete game mode?
That's what, yeah, something completely different to UHC.
One thing I tried, excuse me, one thing I tried on my single person Dahlgren's Demise LP, and it was an absolute disaster, is that I went into the Nether under God mode, and about 1,000 blocks apart, I set up substations with a very minimal amount of equipment. And then I noted the lat long for each of those, well, the X, Y, and Z for each of those. And then I portaled down to the Nether, and my job, with very little on me, and my job was to get to the next substation without being killed.
Oh, that's
And-
cool.
It was a nightmare. It was
So,
a freaking
it would be like
nightmare.
a Tom run through the Nether. Sort of.
Yeah, because I mean, sometimes between you and the next one is just nothing but this huge hole with lava all across it, and so you have to go way up into the ceiling to get over it. It's insane. I couldn't finish it.
See, I was actually thinking of doing a concept for Frontlines, rebooting Frontlines as an event instead of a series. So, like, Frontlines would be you set your 2 teams of 8 or something, and the first couple of hours is building and resource gathering, and the next hour is fighting.
Well, I think it would.
That'd be cool.
I think it would work better if we were to do a series out of it. Is if we just built first for like a week, just like made a
Yeah.
week building, no fighting,
That's
no
the,
nothing.
that's what,
And
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, Frontlines was supposed to be an event-based thing, how it would be a build then a fight, and then it turned out that it ended up people stopped playing.
yeah, pretty much.
So it was
I'm
hard
sorry, Matt. I'm sorry.
Wait,
Well,
you logged on twice.
I think it was 3 times.
You know it's bad when your own team leader, thanks a lot by the way, just logs in and is like, oh hey, and then leaves. Like, what the crap,
so
man?
I was thinking, I was thinking that would be a cool kind of concept to bring Frontlines back as an event. So it's done on one day. Everyone builds, everyone prepares, everyone fights, and then it's done.
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
the way I
You
see
need to
it,
really
you know,
coordinate that.
Yeah, but that's like just
Yeah,
a UHC event. So it's like it's the same kind of thing.
I mean, honestly, you know what I like to tell a lot of people, just experiment. So the first season of Frontlines, that was an experiment. It didn't go out too well. So
No.
obviously you don't want like the Frontlines name to die. So try it out in a different experiment.
Yeah, I have a T-shirt with it on it already. So
Hey,
how to
shouldn't
sell
do you
these
really?
T-shirts? Yeah, I do.
since you live in Australia, shouldn't it be the back line since you are upside down?
Mate, the only thing that's backwards here is our toilets.
Just throwing it
You
out
say
there,
you don't
know?
have a little hole in the ground?
Hey,
You don't have a little hole in the ground where you just like bend and poopy?
no, we have a porcelain pot. We're civilized down here.
Oh,
Okay.
well, my my hunting shack
We
don't.
we got rid of our capital punishment and things like that. And we implemented a very safe, secure system that works. There's a giant boot, and we just kick them right in the
Yeah,
ass.
booting.
That is the best way to do it. We have had zero problems since
And
that
we
happened.
changed our currency to dollar dues.
Dollary doos.
Dollar dues, yeah.
Hey, HL's currency also waterproof.
Yeah, it's plastic pretty much.
Yeah, it's like waterproof and tearproof.
Plastic
Which
and
actually
colourful.
comes in really handy.
It's not fireproof. I handed my mate a $50 note over a fire once because I accidentally broke their chair. I was kind of drunk. And as soon as they grabbed it, they dropped it because it was over the top of a fire. And it just went up. It burns like paper, pretty much. So,
So it burns like paper,
I
but
feel
it's
like you're always exposed
like
to fire.
plastic.
Or like
I
you're
am,
always
yeah.
burning something.
personally, I'm exposed to fire. I light myself on fire weekly with my job.
Well, the first time our Canadian money got transferred to that plastic, somebody said that they left money on their dashboard of the car and it melted.
That wouldn't
What?
surprise me.
Jesus.
In our weather, it might happen. We got to test this,
Wait,
Jaffe. Why aren't we
wait.
myth busting?
See,
We probably could. I got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
couple
Hey,
of-
you
Aus-
guys should be the
Australian
Australian
mythers.
busters.
It's just Matt and Jaffe.
so
The only problem is when we get together and record
Yeah.
stuff, we end
No,
up
let's
drinking.
do it.
so
Yes.
here's what I'm looking at. So y'all's plastic is actually shipped from the United States to Australia to kind of make your money,
Is it?
but Suburban's
no.
plastic
No, I
is
don't
from
think so.
China. Yeah, because ours is also from China. We
China?
ship it straight out. We get ours from China, then we ship
Well,
it to
everything's
other
from China.
countries.
Hang on, I need to look this up because I'm
We're
pretty sure
half-
because we have enough oil refineries here that we should just be able to get the plastic from that.
I don't know.
No, everything's shipped.
I'm pretty sure it comes from China, then
Wait.
it's shipped to the U.S.
Wait, I'm
and then
pretty-
shipped
I'm-
out.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Australia is half Chinese, anyways. Now.
Wait. Why do you think that? I'm curious.
Oh, a lot of our land is owned by China. A lot of our land
What?
across Australia is actually bought by Chinese people.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
I did not
Hey,
know
keep
that.
on.
We have a
That's actually
with-
interesting. That's interesting
Without
to know.
with our trade agreement kind of stuff. Chinese are allowed to buy large lots of land over here. Anyone's allowed, like our wind farms over here. There is not a single one of those wind farms owned by an Australian company. They're all owned from international companies who are earning the green points to pollute back in their countries. So, like, yeah, we don't actually own much.
Hey, keep
So
on.
it's your country, but not really your country.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like we have a government who just says, yeah, China can buy this.
You do realize that there's
You're
there's
trying
like
to still take
several
my lunch
Chinese
money.
people, like rich Chinese people that own actual towns in the U.S. Like they actually
Yeah.
bought the town.
Oh yeah. I knew about that.
Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of the
Well-
same thing. Apart from that, they seem to buy up a lot of desert in Australia. Like the only livable places really in Australia is the coast. But like once you start to go further in, it starts to become more of a harsher environment. And yeah,
Well-
people live out there, but it's not pleasant.
Well, for the U.S., I think if Trump wins the election, all that might change
Have you seen the Canadian request to transfer from Americans?
No.
Like it's the Canadian immigration, America to Canadian immigration has increased since Trump won that Super Tuesday. They've had
Really?
thousands and thousands upon more requests for people to immigrate over to Canada from America.
It honestly doesn't
I-
shock me.
But
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because Canada. I don't know if you guys are Canadian. Maybe if you guys are, you guys could back
I
this up. But I heard that the Canadian economy is really bad right now. Because I'm
Because they trade in maple syrup.
No, it's actually oil. Of all things, oil, because oil is basically dirt cheap at the moment. It's taking out
Yeah.
a whole bunch of people with it.
Do you know what
Well,
really
as one
ticks me off?
Canadian, what's that?
You know, it really
I
grinds
was
my
gonna
gears.
say, what really ticks me off is the fact that Canada, the United States, even Australia, and also Japan has their own. They have enough for their own kind of oil that they can produce it cheaper, they can produce it safer, they can make it better, and still, for some reason, all of our troops and all of our forces are still overseas. Why in the crap are we buying their oil? That doesn't make sense
Political
to me.
battle.
There's a whole bunch of reasons for that. America, you can get oil from other places super, super cheap.
Right, but here's
So
the
you
thing
might as
about
well
it.
just spend
We-
the money on
It's
that.
We
it's
own
the
enough.
concept of why do we use our own? Yeah, it's why do we use our own resources when we can make theirs go away first? That's their kind
well-
of opinion on it.
Well, it's
Yeah.
also the fact that it's so much cheaper getting it from over there. If I offered you a cup of oil, for example, you obviously don't buy it
delicious.
in cups, but yeah, have a glass of
the
oil.
newest drink
Uh,
to hit the
if it's-
nations.
If it's the exact same product and it's 60 cents on the dollar, there's a damn good chance that you'll go for the other one if it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, it depends
I
on
mean,
the taste.
yes, it costs a lot to get it over, but it's still very.
This is
My
a real-
oil is aged 60 billion years as opposed to the 30.
Exactly.
This is
Oh,
really
God.
interesting how our podcast difference from the first one to the second one. The first one was talk about alcohol and guns, and this one's political talk. Let's talk.
Hey, who's
Trade
attacking
agreements.
me?
Well,
How the
here's
fuck did a witch get in here?
my biggest problem is that
Sorry.
there's a lot of resources from the U.S.
You
that
say a-
actually
Which got in your house?
we actually get the resources, then we send it off to have it refined, and then we pay more plus taxes to bring it back in. That doesn't make sense to me. What the heck?
Yeah, no, it's exactly the same with Australia. We dig up the, say, iron ore, we ship
Right.
it off to China, and then we
Our big-
buy it
our-
back from them.
That
Our
does
biggest
not
thing
make
is-
sense
our
to
biggest
me.
thing is our biggest thing that we ship is coal.
Oh, no, dude, that's the only thing in Australia, right?
Yeah,
That's
Let's just dig up
that's the
all the
only
coal.
thing that we need
Oh.
to invest in.
That's
coal.
why you're all that's why your internet's so slow. It's over there using coal furnaces.
yeah, pretty much.
Most of our places are fucking powered by pigeons.
By what?
Pigeons.
Pigeons. Oh yeah.
It's basically. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go into this because I always rant about Telstra and I despise Telstra. The better part of Australia is either Telstra or carrier pigeon. So you kind of have to go
Telstra's
with.
pretty much the Empire from Star Wars.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
So what you're
So that's
saying is you
basically
need
how our
a
country runs.
a
We have
Luke
a small
Skywalker
group
killer.
of rebels called TPG.
If Google Fiber were to be the Luke Skywalker, I cannot explain how much dick I would suck to get Google Fiber. I would just line up. Come on.
Basically,
You heard it here first, guys.
basically how our country works. It's run by Fox.
Yep. I think it's around 74% of our media is owned by Rupert Murdoch, who owns Foxtel, which is basically our one pay TV subscription in Australia. So basically, what happened was, well,
Ding, ding,
yeah,
ding,
basically,
ding,
no,
ding,
that's
ding.
what it was. It was just basically, are we getting an NBN? Well, what does Fox say?
Fox says
so-
no because it gives people more of a chance to stream things from the internet. So fuck
So
you.
actually, that song has like a much deeper meaning to it.
It
You guys
does.
should make a video on that. No, I'm serious. Make a video on that. You know, break it down to like Australian terms. Dude, that's how you make something go viral. I kid you not.
It's like I cried when I heard that song.
Again, I'm saying Australian Mythers.
We could
No, I'm keen
Yeah.
for that. Let's do that.
If he can wear the hat.
Let's see. The thing is, you'd want to do Australian things like one of our prime ministers has a drinking record.
Bob Hawke.
Bob
It's
Hawke?
actually from a town that's right by where
What
I
was
grew
his
up.
drinking record again?
Oh no, I can't even remember.
I know one of our cricketers had a drinking record of sinking 60 tinnies on one flight.
Yeah, no clue
By
what you
tinnies,
just
I
said.
mean
what does that
beers.
I was about
He
to say, can you please translate?
drank 60 cans of lubricant alcohol on one flight, which you can't do anymore because once you drink 6, they're like, you're drunk, get off. So, yeah,
Wait,
one of
you
our
said you
cricket-
drank 60?
I hope-
Yeah, it was like 60 or something. He's our proud national
what's-
alcoholic.
I hope they don't actually get off in the middle of the flight.
Yeah, it's just open the door, see you later.
So this is
Bob Hawks?
as part of his I'm going straight from Wikipedia. As you know, we only use the finest sources on the Craft and Curious
information,
podcast.
yes.
So we
Grade A,
have
100%.
under education. His academic achievements were complemented by setting a new world record for beer drinking. He downed 2.5 imperial pints, equivalent of a yard of ale, from a sconce pot in 11 seconds as part of a college penalty.
College
Australia
penalty.
sounds fun.
I love it how it's like
no,
you're at university, you're penalized, and you're in trouble, so you better drink this alcohol. Let's just record how fast you do it.
In his memoirs, Hawke suggested that this single feat may have contributed more to his political success than any other.
The funny thing is, you can go to the cricket, and if you see him there and you start yelling skull, 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 he will get handed a beer cup from anybody at the cricket will give him a free beer and he'll smash it on the spot. Let alone he's 80 something now. He's not a
that is
young-
good
champ.
question.
And he was our prime minister. Now our prime ministers don't do anything.
He
I-
is. He
I
was.
will just sit over here with my 55 gallons of moonshine, so just go ahead.
We're a
I'm
beer
good.
drinking nation.
I got enough bourbon to last me a while.
Bourbon. Somebody's got a rich flavor over there.
I have
Don't
50
look at
bottles
me.
of spirits
That's
at home.
Louisiana. It's like 85% bourbon,
Us,
20%
Jaffe.
random
Us, Jaffe.
liquors.
You come to my house, I say BYO after 3 drinks. I'm like, let's make cocktails.
Basically, yeah. No, it's just you are having drinks. Okay,
And then I
but
start-
I already bought slab.
I would put a
no,
slab.
no,
I'm like,
it's
no,
right.
let-
We've
let me
got
get the-
booze.
Let me get the bottles out. I start making cocktails.
He's 80-ish.
Yeah, he's 80-ish.
yeah.
He's still sinking pots at the cricket.
Oh, yeah. True Australian.
Champion.
You know, Newfies and Australians are so much alike.
What'd you say? Roofies?
Newfies.
That's what I heard too. That's what I was like, whoa. Like,
Oh, we put people to sleep, is
First
what
we
you're
put you
saying.
to sleep, and then you can have
Yeah.
your way with them.
Well, I don't know about that part.
No, it's the same in
But
Newfoundland.
it's been. It happens from time to time, though. You keep your guard down, you're bound to get fucked somehow.
So, what are we
was
the
I supposed
same
to say that? Sorry.
What are we the
dude.
same as, Bernie?
Well, I'm from Newfoundland, and Newfies are known. Where Newfies is a derogative term that represents who we are, but we are hardcore drinkers, and I would love for me and one of you guys from Australia to sit down and have a drinking contest, see who could last the longest.
I would like to join on that challenge as well too. I love drinking. I'm a heavy drinker. I'm not an alcoholic though. That's
can I-
the
can
only
I
I'm
ask you
not
a
a heavy
question?
drinker anymore. It sucks.
Can I ask you a question?
yeah, to who?
Can I join for the simple fact that I don't actually.
Can I come?
Well,
Get drunk.
I-
You're like
yeah.
your bloodstream has some percentage of blood in. Your alcohol stream has some percentage of blood in it.
Like I literally don't get a buzz. I
it's
don't
funny,
get
like-
nothing.
See, I
You're
stopped-
probably, but you guys' alcohol is kind of weak in the U.S., man.
Oh no, it ain't.
Yeah,
Oh, them bad words.
I don't
Like
think
you do
so.
know,
Reverse
you do know the
America.
similarities between sex on a boat and American beer, right? They're both fucking near water.
American beer.
I honestly just drink straight whiskey.
It's like I went to the state. Well, I haven't been to the States, but anybody that I know who are from the States, their beer. It's like drinking a Coors Light.
Whoa,
Bud
wait. Hold
Bud
it.
Light.
Hold it. Who's drinking beer in the States? Because if we want to drink, it's moonshine. 200 proof, sucker. We
This
want
podcast
to burn.
is brought to you by
That shit
Bud
you
Light.
will not. You'll see nothing till.
You go from
See it.
talking
Just
like
wait.
this
I'd,
to, hey, what y'all doing over there?
I'd love to.
Can you pass me some of that?
I'd love to see you guys come to Australia to one of our beer festivals and you drink our beer. Like, they'll give you a taster cup, which is not actually a normal size cup, still nearly one standard drink in it, probably.
Let's do drinking stories. Matt, take it away. What's your crazy
200 proof,
story?
man. 200
But
proof.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Just,
I've drank.
I don't-
That's
hey,
the
no.
kind of story of the ones you can't remember.
I had a great drinking story about where we decided to go to a casino. We bought like $80 of spirits here and started drinking that. And all of a sudden we decided we're going to suit up, catch a train to Melbourne and go to the Crown Casino there. We had minimal money. We spent it all on roulette and won $400. So that supplied us for the rest of the night. Somehow we made it into a friend's uncle's $1 million apartment where we decided to swim in the pool butt naked. And then got back to Geelong at like 8 o'clock in the morning to have mothers go, don't look at them, they're disgusting. While we come back all in a scruffed up suit.
hey, Matt. The
It
butt
was like a
naked.
hangover adventure.
The butt naked in American terms is the birthday suit.
I said near to butt naked.
Oh, wait, what? So you only went partial
Okay.
birthday suit? What the heck, man? Like, it's
Hey,
full
well, you
birthday.
were with
Like,
a
you
bunch
walk
of-
outside and say, hey, neighbors, what's going on?
Mate, I don't want to have another birthday with a mate in a pool, right? Gets a bit weird.
Just saying, you know. It's easier to pee in the pool, too.
Oh, God. Never going swimming with Nate.
If you need to take a quick crap, just go to the, the little suction thing that sucks the water back through. And
Oh, come on. Nate.
Man, that's insane.
That's nasty.
Oh, you're nasty.
not. Hey, some of our pranks,
This
we
has
used
to
to
be the
throw
most
people in
random podcast
cesspools.
ever. Ooh.
You want to hear about 4 cops that got drunk in San Francisco?
What's that, Arigato, Mr. Roboto?
Okay.
Drunk in San Francisco.
Like a
What?
southern robot.
Hit the robot mode.
Oh, I love so much that was great. Holy crap.
The Keybon bot. Keybot. Destroy.
Hey, can you hear me okay, Matt?
I hear you fine. Everybody else is
Yeah.
like, I want to kill.
It's
Me?
like the
Kill
worst
the-
episode
kill
of
the
Star
fledglings.
Wars.
This is like an episode of Star Wars that nerds to make. Like they try to make their own episode.
Oh, it's like a fan
No.
movie.
It's like when
Yeah,
I believe it
Jabba.
was called Episode 1.
It's like when Jabba the Hutt was a robot. Exactly. That's what it sounded like.
What?
I think we're pretty much done, aren't we?
No, we can go
Damn.
for a little bit longer.
We can ramble about random crap still.
Oh yeah.
Do we have anything else to talk about?
Actually, I do. I do have one thing to talk
Oh,
about.
okay.
I want to nerd out for a second, so bear in mind for all of you that are not nerds. I'm actually learning Codex and trying to learn Java, and something Jaffe knows about.
I'd
too.
love to learn Java,
Nice.
but I'm too stupid.
But I
Why
hit.
are you
Are you-
learning it?
What?
Why am I learning it? Well, there's some
Top secret
programs
information that
and-
you can't know about.
Just,
Yeah.
anyways, just whatever.
One day we just log into the server and and just Nate has used Java to create a plugin that changes everything to a picture of his face.
We're creating our own game called Digcraft. Gotta copy everything in Minecraft and
It's like Minecraft, but instead of square, everything's pyramid shaped.
everything's in a
I'll
sphere.
bet you anything. There's a game out there, those like bootleg Minecraft games.
Oh, there's heaps of voxel games that are probably exactly the same.
Creativerse.
One that comes to mind is like Roblox or something like that. It's literally Minecraft, but I think it's cylinders instead.
It's different, alright? We named it something else.
Yeah.
It just looks exactly the same.
But it has
It
different
works
Might be the
Same.
exact same jar files. I'm telling you, it's different.
Like,
Actually, I'm hanging out for the Division. I need that game in my life.
I don't know, man.
Vision.
I need it. Gun up.
Speaking
was
of-
it Gun online game. Yes.
Does anybody interested in the Gods of Egypt that's coming out?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Me and a cousin were interested in it, but I don't know. I've heard people say they think it's gonna suck.
That's the thing. You don't. Everyone says that's the thing. Go in with low expectations for the movie, and you'll probably enjoy it. If everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna be super good," and you go in and it's crap, then you're disappointed.
Which Iron Man was it? That was the exact same way. Was it Iron Man 2?
Was it 3?
Iron Man 2
Was it
was
3?
really crap.
Yeah,
3
I don't
was,
know.
3 was
It-
okay.
3 they stuffed
Well,
up.
I mean,
They made the
the
Mandarin
majority of
Guy
the time-
Pearce.
the majority of the time in 3, you just see Iron Man like going in and out of his suit. And one thing I didn't get was how come
That's
in
the
Avengers?
best part.
No, but like I thought in the end, he put away his suit, but then in Avengers 2, you see him flying in his suit right in the beginning. I'm like, so what happened? Like,
How do you
they
put it
didn't
on?
explain
That's
anything.
the problem.
Well, I feel
No, I
like
reckon with Iron Man 3, Pierce is the Mandarin. The Mandarin's supposed to be an Oriental character, and they had the guy who kind of like was the faux Mandarin character, and he was supposed to have like the whole ring powers, not the drug powers, and I think they stuffed that one up. But that's just the Marvel steam train rolling through movies like they're nothing.
well, see,
Well, what do you think
one
about
thing-
Deadpool?
Yo,
my
Deadpool was a good movie.
Okay, I guess
I love
they
the
just-
fact that they didn't care about what anybody said about it.
Oh yeah, that's
They
Marvel.
just did what they wanted.
So my question is, what do you? Because like DC Comics, they're really good about continuing the next stage in their movies. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Marvel's person. I love Marvel's comics, but I feel like they jump around too much from story to story between each movie.
Okay, I'm just gonna give you one title for a movie for DC that will ruin the whole. DC's good at jumping, continue on stories. Green Lantern.
That
Ruined
was
DC,
a really
ruined.
bad movie. Irregardless, it was just a bad
The
movie.
more recent one,
DC will never save their movies if they don't get Batman vs Superman right.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
Oh, yeah,
like
that's
that's
true.
the only thing I'm nervous about because Batman's my favorite superhero. Like, I love DC, and,
Yeah,
and if they ruin Batman versus Superman, dude, it's done.
But
If-
you're gonna have to
if-
blame Matt Damon for that.
yeah, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. Ben Affleck's gonna come in, and if
yeah.
he does a George Clooney versus Arnold Schwarzenegger Batman, it's game over.
So my
I
question is,
sweet
it's
you.
the first
I
line that
still-
he says in the movie. It just ruins it, and you're like, nope, I'm out.
I have a
And you
question
leave
for
the
you.
theater.
Why don't they ever get like somebody like Tom Cruise to play Batman, since he kind of already looks like
Because I
Honest
don't.
answer?
Batman?
He's short.
If
He's
you
short.
want an honest answer,
He's fucking crazy.
that is way too much money. When you were
Yeah,
looking
that-
at, you've got so much money that just goes into purchasing the rights to the movie. Hiring someone like Tom Cruise is just way too much money. They're probably going to be getting rid of, for Marvel at least, they're going to be getting rid of Robert Downey Jr. First of all, because he's getting too old. Second of all, because he's just too much money.
No, the cool thing is he isn't, because with Avengers 1, they're like, oh, we're paying you a certain amount and we're not paying everybody else the same amount. In Avengers 1, Robert Downey Jr. said, no, I'll get paid the same amount as everyone else because it's not fair on them. And that's why they're able to keep characters like him in the Avengers, because
Yeah.
all of them have kind of agreed that they'll be paid the equal same amount. And the cool thing is he's signed on till the end of the Avengers movies. So what they'd be doing, the next Avengers
confirmed it because I know like he was in talks where he might not do another one after Avengers 2.
Well, the cool thing is the next Avengers movie isn't going to have the big Avengers group in it. It's going to focus on those new Avengers you saw at the end. So the Vision, Scarlet Witch, Falcon, and they'll probably put Ant-Man in there. They're going to focus on those newer characters they're bringing in for the first Avengers movie. And you won't see people like Iron Man or Hulk turn up till the very end of the last one.
Spider-Man is going to be in the movie as well, too.
Spider-Man...
That's if they get the rights.
They did. They've got the rights for the Spider-Man movie. They have, and they've selected their actor for the movie. So Spider-Man will be shown in Civil War now. He's in Civil War. So Spider-Man's going to be...
Is it confirmed?
It's confirmed. Spider-Man got the rights. I think Sony had the rights. And they made the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. You know, I'm all emo Spider-Man movies.
And he starts dancing all of a sudden.
Yeah, he starts dancing all of a sudden. So they've got the rights for... They plan to make Civil War with Spider-Man no matter what. And they said if they can't get the rights, they'll pull him out, but it's probably going to ruin the movie. And just before they started to get ready to produce Civil War, they got the rights off Sony. So the character for Spider-Man actually they've announced who he is, the actor. So it's teenage Spider-Man. So they're not going to give you an origin story for the Spider-Man movie. It's not going to show you how Uncle Ben dies, because we all seen Uncle Ben die 1,000 times.
Are you sure? I don't think that I've seen Uncle Ben die enough times yet.
I don't know.
You haven't seen enough memes of Spider-Man standing in the shopping center looking at Uncle Ben's rice and crying?
No, I've never seen that before at all.
So Spider-Man will be making an appearance in Civil War, then he'll have his own movie, and when the next Avengers movie comes out, it'll probably be people like Spider-Man and
my
the Vision
question is,
and Scarlet Witch.
When are they going to finally link the Guardians of the Galaxy? Because in the comics, they actually...
Avengers 3.
Guardians of the Galaxy will come in at the very end. So Guardians of the Galaxy will have their second movie. I think that they've released a time frame of it, and I think it goes... Civil War will come out. They were planning on another Iron Man movie. I don't know if they'll do it or not. Then you've got Thor Ragnarok. You'll have Spider-Man come out, and then there's... The next Avengers movie comes out, I think it's 2017, 2018. And that will be when they'll bring that
in between, like Black
and
Panther
a
couple of...
So basically,
there'll be a few coming in.
Be like Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and then all of a sudden there was the Avengers 2.
Yeah, so they're going to be doing stuff like that. They'll start putting in the movies for their new characters. They'll bring them into first Avengers movie where they'll discover... I can't remember his name. It's Thanos, I think it is.
Yeah.
Who's like the big immortal guy. And that will be where they start to link in the Infinity Stones. And then they'll go back to do another series of movies about the characters. And then they'll do the final Thanos movie, which will be the end of the Marvel series, pretty much.
All I have to say... is in the next Guardians of the Galaxy. The next Guardians, I don't care what scene it is, Rocket has to at least say, "Oh yeah." I don't care. He's got to at least say.
I just want another intro song, like the way they started Guardians of the Galaxy with the intro song. That is the best start to a movie I've ever seen.
I think they should.
As long as we skip the intro.
I have a sad confession.
That is
I've
brutal.
never seen the full Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
That's it.
What?
Spooks band.
What?
Slash band.
You gotta watch
Can
it.
you
Come
read it
on.
from this
I've seen
conversation?
I've seen half to the end of it. I've seen the second half. I haven't seen the full thing, I guess would be the thing.
Oh,
Dude, I
Spook.
saw it in 4D. It was so
Spook, you've got
fun in
homework.
4D. Like,
After this
chairs
podcast
moving
is
and
done,
everything.
you're going to.
I'm probably
you're
gonna
going
pull it up.
Yeah.
I got a stream tonight, but after my stream, I'll probably pull it up since I usually just sit around for like
You
an hour
should watch
before
it
bed.
with your stream.
Do you have?
then we've got
Yeah, I'm
proof
not
that you've
gonna
actually
let
watched
Twitch
it.
hit me with that ban hammer.
Hey, do you have Amazon Prime? Because there for a while, Amazon Prime had it.
I don't. Or
I was gonna say Amazon Prime had it on there.
It's on Australian Netflix.
I'm sure.
We even have it on shitty Australian Netflix.
My girlfriend might have it on hers.
Wait, I think it's on.
If I can watch it on her account.
It's on Amazon Prime, and I think it's on Netflix too. Hold on. 1 second.
It's on Netflix here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is on here too. I've noticed one thing about Australian
What is it?
Netflix. Y'all get the stuff like after, like a month after we get it.
We have our Netflix is, let's just say it's like 1/10 of American Netflix. We get selected things, and then Australian Netflix will decide when they're going to release certain things. So that's the only bad thing with Australian Netflix. A lot of people have changed the region on their Netflix to America, but now they're cracking down on people who don't have like a private IP or something. So if you've got American Netflix on Australian Netflix, they'll switch you back now.
There's a extension on Chrome where like it'll just switch you over to like American Netflix.
Yeah, people have been using that, and that's what they've been cracking down on.
Oh, really?
There's
Yeah.
a
So
whole
they're-
bunch of
they're
things,
cracking
there's
down on
Smartflix and things
everything.
like that. But
I know that's what Ari is doing.
Well, then.
'cause he's from the UK, so every time he wants to watch American Netflix, he just uses. I forget what it's called though. It's like a Google extension.
Well, going back to what Nate said before about waiting a month and things, before people started pirating, for example, it was way worse than that. Like before the internet was such a big thing, we were waiting. I think we were 1 or 2 seasons behind the US in things like The Simpsons, and
Yeah,
that was
I
just
remember that.
because they could do that.
That's
Now,
not really a
as soon
bad
as the
thing, though.
internet came in and everyone just started pirating because they wanted to be the same, you know, we don't want to be 2 seasons behind. We want to receive things at the same time. We are hearing about what's happening. Everything's getting spoiled. They quickly caught on that, you know, holy crap, this is cutting out of it all of our profits because everyone's seen it before we're airing it, so we have to catch up.
The cool thing is now with Australia is we get movies before you do.
Yeah.
So our
See,
movies are released in cinemas on the same date, so we get that 18 hours earlier.
right. See, that's the deal.
And they
That's
had
one
to.
thing
Damn.
that's helped. That's one thing that's helped with the piracy has actually helped. Because now they're like, oh, well, everybody wants to watch this movie, so instead of us waiting, you know, a month to release it in this country, we're going to be this date on this time, and we'll just start from there. And that's actually really helped.
That's the thing. I wouldn't pirate things if it comes out at the same time. That's the thing. If my friends are seeing it before me, I'm going to be like, of course I'm going to pirate and watch it. Like our biggest thing is Game of Thrones in Australia. You can only watch that on Foxtel. So I'm not paying $50 a month for Foxtel to watch one thing. So no matter what, I have to end up pirating.
Why don't you just stream it online?
Yeah, well,
Like
that's
there's
the other
this one
thing.
site
Like,
I use. It's couchturner.ag.
yeah, so I get my dad to pirate it. He's the real illegal activity. It's not like-
Those of you
No,
watching,
you get him
don't-
to buy
we don't
it
condone pirating.
legally.
So, like,
Of course,
like the
Matt.
cool thing is HBO Online have a whole thing where you can purchase like to watch the season of it online, but because Foxtel has a contract with HBO saying that they're the only people who are allowed to give it out to the Australian public. So it's like I'd love to pay for it, but I'm not paying Foxtel for it.
Yeah. They have exclusive rights to air it until the season ends, basically. So they actually started cracking down because people were just airing it in pubs. And so rather than paying $50 to Foxtel, who are not exactly liked in Australia these days, people were spending $50 on beer at a pub. And pubs were getting a lot of money, and they started really cracking down on that. Like, lawyers were sending out letters and just going through all these pubs that advertised it.
So my question is, and we're going to have to wrap this up pretty soon, but my question is, so what stops anyone from Australia just doing this, like, when they air it, what stops them from doing a screenshot during the whole time and then have that movie pirated?
As in, absolutely nothing. But there are systems you can use to get around, like we were saying earlier with Netflix, where you can use VPNs. You can do things like that and access foreign content. Streaming, for example, saying, oh, this is happening now, and streaming it to someone else's computer. They're trying their hardest to shut those sites down. I think they've just put through laws now that allow them to take those sites down.
Yeah.
So I am furious about.
But if you got a VPN, they can't trace it, though. because with the VPN you can
Yeah,
go
the
through.
yes.
There is a
There's ways
great
of
deal
doing
that they
it,
can do because they can
Yes.
say there's a whole heap of traffic going to this one IP. You know, you can kind of figure it out.
They're gonna block that because we got a notification through like our news here in Canada, and they're cracking down on these private VPN companies, and they're gonna be blocking them. If they don't get blocked, they're gonna be doing lawsuits against them. So they're gonna lose money no matter what. These other companies are helping.
Download everything now.
Yeah, so basically in Australia, the way it's working is they don't want anybody to pretty much download or stream anything on the internet because government's pretty much run by Fox. So our Liberal government is pretty much millionaires who make their money through Telstra and stuff like that. So the way they do it is they're going to be blocking out all these sites. They want to make it kind of restrict Australia from file sharing as well, which is like really scary for YouTubing and stuff like that. It's like, because like I file share videos and stuff, they want to block off these file sharing sites because people also use them to transfer movies and music and videos and.
But how are they going to take down YouTube?
And software and things.
On a serious note,
They're not going to take down YouTube.
No.
YouTube's
I think
fine,
they're just
but,
gonna
like,
block it.
file sharing
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and that's what they're
I should probably
point.
point out when Matt says our Liberal government, he actually means that they are the Conservative Party.
Yes.
So the Liberals in Australia are Conservatives, and the Liberals on the other side
1%ers.
are the Labor Party.
Yeah,
They're the Liberals, but our Liberal Party
ours
is
are
the
opposites.
Conservatives. So I should.
Okay, so it's like pretty much okay, yeah, I'm getting it now. It took me a sec because I was like liberals,
the
conservatives.
way
that doesn't
Australian
match
politics
up.
work is there's the Conservative Party who focus on corporations and money, and then you've got our Labor government, which is focused on unions and workers.
Yeah. So very much the Liberal Party, the Conservatives, are focusing on really helping Fox
Big
as
business.
an example. So they're like, no,
I'm
they've
just-
paid X amount of $1 million for exclusive rights. We're gonna force everyone out.
so
Like our tax works. If you're a multinational, you don't need to pay tax in Australia. But
Also,
we're gonna-
fun fact: Foxtel did not pay tax in the last 5 years.
no, if Foxtel paid tax, they'd have enough money to pay the tax for all of the general public of Australia.
Damn.
Yeah.
So that's why our country's kind of run by this media outlet.
so
That
I'm just
include
going to say
kangaroos or
this.
just humans?
I'm just going to say this. I'm conservative in some ways, liberal in
We can't
some
be friends
ways.
anymore.
But just to be totally honest with you, especially in the U.S., both parties suck. So I kind of like.
It's the same with most
True.
countries, though.
Yeah.
It's no matter what, the country's mostly run off bigger money.
Mhm.
So no matter what, if you're a general public member and you're not a $1 million businessman who's donating towards these companies or these politicians, you're kind of not going to be going anywhere or helping out the world in any way.
So that's
I
our
forget.
end
Is
of the
there a
story.
form of government where it's?
We
Sorry,
gotta start wrapping
I'll
it
let you
up though.
continue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so we gotta
My
kind of
thing was
wrap
just
it
gonna
up.
be quick. Is there?
Go ahead.
Wrap it up.
Just gonna shut up.
Do you just want to finish off that question, Spook? I'm not sure. I kind of don't want to leave it on a cliffhanger.
It's not some serious. It's just, is there a form of government that doesn't have like political parties choosing their thing? Like
No.
where it's just
It's
one
called
party fused
dictatorship.
together?
As in, do
Yeah.
you mean?
Close
Do you
enough.
mean there's just a group of people, and they're not affiliated with a party? They all just speak their mind.
Like a Senate.
Yeah,
without a
it's,
leader.
something like that.
Well, that's what the US originally was, wasn't it?
Yes.
And I mean,
Yeah.
it is to an extent in
Before
Australia
they
as well. There
separate
is,
into democracy and Republicans.
yeah, and
Yeah.
in Australia we do have. It's not just two parties going at each other's face.
It's
We
just
have multiple parties, so we have
and
uh,
independents and
we have
Greens
and independents who can run on their own money.
the sex
and-
party, the car enthusiast party.
The Pirate Party as well.
The
Pirate
hemp
Party started
party.
up around
So-
when they wanted to bring in a filter.
So is y'all's Green Party just as crazy as ours? Because like some of the
Yes.
stuff our Green Party says, I
Yeah.
just shake my head. I'm like, oh my god, these people are idiots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
one
much.
of them apparently wanted to legalize what was it? It was some drug. It wasn't like one of the regular ones, like weed or something like that, where everyone's like, yeah,
ours-
I was
I'm
like,
sure that should be
let's
illegal.
legalize ice.
But-
It's not bad for anybody.
Yeah, that's the one.
Hey,
that's what they
Ice-
wanted.
Australia's what is it? It's like 1%. Oh no, what is it? 10% of people in Australia are on ice.
Yeah, something like
Something
that.
like that. It's crazy.
What's ice?
Ridiculous amount.
It's what's called Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's
Oh,
like a
crystal
pure
meth.
form.
Crystal
It's,
meth.
Yeah.
it's an extremely pure form of cocaine, pretty much. Extremely.
Yeah.
Speaking
Anyways,
It's
of,
really, really cheap.
Before we wrap this up with drugs, I'm going to quickly say, if you did enjoy us being knobs and ruining your lives, we do have a Patreon account if you do want to support it. Links for that will be in the description below. We also do sell t-shirts, and I am selling out like a big cheap asshole. But we do have
Help
them.
us pay for the crafting
Help
curious,
us pay
so
for the
Matt
Crafting
won't
Curious,
starve.
so
I
Dow
won't
Green
die.
can finally get off of Patreon.
All money goes to Dahlgren and his Breaking Bad business.
Is it-
Oh, thank you.
That
thank you.
needs to keep going because I'm over here just waiting on my next shipment.
Seriously, it's like the first episode. Dahlgren sits there and he's like, "If you like Dahlgren, donate to me right now."
And he's just holding up like the cardboard sign with his patron address on it.
All right, let's wrap this up with drugs.
All right.
Yeah.
It sounds good. So I hope everybody enjoyed. Once again, I will try to link everybody's channel in the description below. Today we had Matt, our server owner, Jaffe, Dahlgren, Keoban. Thanks for coming. It's been fun. We had
Thanks for having me.
Bernie P and Spookla. And yeah, this was fun. So hopefully next month we'll be able to do this again. And hope you guys enjoyed. See y'all in the next episode.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do
Bye,
drugs.
folks.